Welcome to week 4. I just wanted to go over in this video just a couple little changes that we've got, as well as go over some of the due dates this week. So we're finishing up week 3 today and tomorrow. So if you haven't completed the chapter 4 and 5 homework assignment on McGraw-Hill, that's due tonight, Monday by 10 o'clock. If you haven't completed the chapter 4 and 5 quiz, that's due tomorrow, Tuesday by 10 p.m. But then I wanted to go over a little bit on the next labs that are coming up and a little background as well. So McGraw-Hill, as they've been updating everything for online learners, they've been upgrading all of their labs from what are called LearnSmart labs to virtual labs. They are very, very similar. They're just a little bit more user-friendly. Now, as they've been rolling out these new upgraded labs, they somehow got taken out of our course and they couldn't put them back in once they started. And so the labs this last lab that you did this last week required that Adobe Flash. They're doing away with Adobe Flash. Now, since they couldn't put them back into our class, when you go into the week 4 folder, I'm going to cruise there right now. I've got a link that'll say like the link to the McGraw-Hill section or click here to go to the labs. When you click on that, it's going to ask you to create another, to join this other course. It's still a McGraw-Hill course. You're just going to do your virtual labs in almost this like separate side course. You just need to sign up with your email address. It should not ask you for any other access code. If it does, please let me know because we'll get that fixed. It's just almost like you're going to be enrolled in 2 different McGraw-Hill courses. One to be able to get those upgraded virtual labs, and the other one is where you're going to find most of your assignments. So once you log in, you should be able to see that this week's lab is all about microscopy. So there's going to be a bright field microscopy lab as well as an oil immersion lab. So they're just 2 short labs that go for this week. My little note though about this, because the grades are not directly linked to Blackboard, they do not automatically grade and submit to the grade book. As long as you're completing each of the phases, each of the steps, it is recording it. McGraw-Hill is recording everything that you complete, everything that you do along the way. It just doesn't end up in the grade book right away. So just note it's getting recorded. It just requires me to manually go in and look at the scores and be able to manually submit them into the Blackboard gradebook. So there's going to be a little bit of delay from when you take the lab or complete the labs to me getting those scores into the gradebook. So I just wanted to go over a little bit of that background. So it's going to be nice and upgraded. You shouldn't require that Adobe Flash because I know we've had several students with issues with just compatibility with it as we've had in the past. So I just wanted to go over that. Otherwise, things coming up this week. I'm going to go back to the assignment list. So you've got those labs, the bright field microscopy and the oil immersion, as well as the post-lab quiz, all due Friday. You're always going to have labs and quizzes due Fridays. You're going to have the chapter 7 and 8, the homework assignment, as well as due next Monday, as well as the follow-up quiz on chapter 7 and 8 due on Tuesday. Now, I did put in my folder, I did record the PowerPoints to kind of go over some of the terms. There's quite a few terms, microbiology type terms that we reference throughout the semester in chapter 7, as well as, just a lot of chemical processes that are happening inside the cell in chapter 8. And because I've had students ask, yes, I did include a chapter 7 and 8 review sheet. So if you like review sheets, it's not required, but if you like review sheets to help you kind of focus in, clarify information, things like that, I did have a review sheet on there as well. I also do have a couple little animations or videos as well, just talking about, some of the diffusion osmosis, explaining and clarifying those. But those in theory should be reviewed from A&P, but I've got a couple video links there as well. So again, if you have any questions on any of the assignments that are due this week, or if you have any questions on the virtual labs and accessing them in McGraw-Hill, please send me an email.